So this is the new Sony Ericsson. You call this the ARC?
Yeah, Xperia ARC.
So is that what people were rumoring to be called the X12?
Yeah, we've heard that, and we don't know where that model number came from, because if you go to the model number that's going to be on the box, I think it's the LT15. So we started hearing that and go, what? We haven't heard that.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, but for all practical purposes, the name of the product is the Xperia ARC.
ARC. Mm-hmm. And sorry.
Go ahead.
And so they're two different colors.
Yeah, so you have the misty silver and the midnight blue, very dark, rich blue there, and you have a beautiful thinness to the device, 8.7 millimeters thin at its thinnest.
Do you know in grams how heavy?
117 grams.
117.
Yeah.
That's like, it's so light.
It's light and it's strong. So it's a super slim and strong design, very compelling to look at, feels great in your hand.
And so you just announced it here at CES, right?
Yes.
And so when is it going to be released?
Well, the first markets, we have no specific markets announced, but the first markets should see it at the end of this quarter. So looking at the end of March, beginning of April, something like that is probably we see in the first markets.
Because the X10 is super popular in Japan.
Yeah.
In Europe. Mm-hmm. In the US, a little bit less?
Yeah, so a little bit less in Europe and Asia. So we're building on that, knowing how important that the US market is.
Because I think the Sony CEO said that the Sony Ericsson X10 was destroying competition, or what do you say? It's dominating, he said, in Japan. Yeah. Like selling a lot. It's very, very popular over there. So this will help you like get into the US market a little bit more, I guess.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you look at the beautiful design of it, and so far we're only talking about the design, but this is the ultimate multimedia smartphone, and it's powered by the latest version of Android. So it's an Android Gingerbread powered phone.
All right, I'm checking here, it says 2.3.
Yes.
The Gingerbread is working right now. What do you need to do before you release? Optimize some things?
Well, of course, these are prototypes right now. They're in fantastic shape, but every product has to go through some more tweaks and refinements before it comes to market to make sure it's as good as it can be. But we're all really happy with the way it is right now so far, so we can't wait to see the final version.
Do you need to ramp up this new screen? What is the name of the screen?
Well, we call it the Reality Display, and it's powered by the Sony Mobile Bravia engine. And the Sony Mobile Bravia engine is the same imaging engine that you get from the Bravia TVs. So we get that great legacy in imaging from Sony. And what the Mobile Bravia engine does for you is give you more vivid color reproduction, color management. It gives you sharper images, and it gives you less noise in the picture, so greater noise reduction.
And is it good at power?
Is it good at power?
Power, what's it called?
The battery?
Lower power? Use the screen? It's still the LCD, right?
Yes, it's an LED backlit. It's LED backlit LCD, but also it's a lot less reflective than other screens because we have a no air gap seal between the glass and the LCD, and so we completely block out any reflective light that comes in there, and that's important indoors, but it's crucial outdoors. When you go outdoors, you'll see that it maintains a brightness.
All right, so it's also it helps to make it thinner. The way you design the screen has excellent wide view.
Yeah, when you look at it from different angles. Of course, it's always going to be better when looking at it head on. Yeah. But as you can see, when you go at different angles, it still maintains a really good.
Is it similar to what people call IPS when it's made by another company?
I don't know the term IPS. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Cool. So it's 4.2.
4.2 measured diagonal, 4.2 inch screen.
And the resolution is?
800 FWVGA.
So it's more than 800 480.
Right. It's 856 by 480.
All right. All right. And the battery life is going to be long?
Yeah, your battery. We're really satisfied with the battery life. There's a couple things that contribute to that. One is the 8255 processor from Qualcomm. If you remember with the X10, we had the 8250, but the 8255 is a lot more battery efficient, giving you a lot more battery time. That, in tandem with Gingerbread, gives you really good battery time.
Is the new processor the 45 nanometer version?
45 nanometer.
Is that how they? Sorry if it.
The only thing I know is that it's 1 gigahertz. It's the 8255 from Qualcomm.
All right. Cool. And is there more RAM? Was it different in terms of RAM?
Your RAM is 512.
512.
Yeah, and your phone storage is another half gig. So to combine 1 gig.
So you're making a cool Android UI, custom UI, right? But what if people want to change the UI to, let's say, vanilla, what they call like a normal UI?
Well, it's real easy because you can change your screens. You can have live wallpaper, so you can change the different wallpapers and live wallpaper, and you can put all these widgets in the trash if you wanted to, and put as many shortcuts and widgets to your heart's content. And there's a lot of good ways to personalize that too. Let me show you one.
You don't lose the warranty if you change the UI to like a default Android kind of UI. There's no like you don't need to root it. You can just go and change the home replacement.
Well, you're still gonna have the the Sony Ericsson UX there, but but you can take any widgets or shortcuts here, and you can put them in the trash if you want. If you delete them if you want to. We think they're very compelling.
You don't think that people would want to like be able to like, for example, I wouldn't say like install one of the competitors' custom Android US, but maybe the default one, the one that you have on the Nexus 1 and the Nexus S, like the default Android. I'm just wondering.
Well, no, you're still going to have a Sony Ericsson flavor here.
Okay.
Because the manufacturers each have to differentiate themselves, and the way we differentiate ourselves, we want to make the most entertaining smartphones. So if you completely get rid of that, you lose that appeal, the differentiation.
Because there's one thing, there's a community on the internet, they do this routing stuff sometimes because they want to install different firmwares.
Yeah.
Sometimes they want to upgrade to a newer version of Android if you haven't released it yet officially. And when they do that, they lose warranty.
Well, but I can't make a statement about what some people do outside of our upgrade processes.
All right.
We time our upgrades that are available to the public, and we make it easy for them to do that going forward with this device. But what people will do outside of that, can't comment on that.
Okay.
That's at their own. Their own decision.
So it'll be priced based on carriers and all that. There's no like, it's not going to be cheaper or any. There's no announcement about it being cheaper. It's a super phone.
No announcement for price. It was meant to be a premium device as an ultimate multimedia smartphone, and because of the elegant design as well and the Sony technologies we have in this. But we can imagine that it will command a premium tier. But we don't have any announcements on specific prices with markets or carriers today. So we've just now announced the product.
Cool.
So those announcements by market will come later.
Thanks.